recording this. So anyone that didn't get the information or tried to get here and wasn't able to come on will actually be able to get any of the information that we go over. So first things first, again, I hope you guys are doing good. I actually kept the meeting at 10 o'clock just so some of you didn't have to wake up too early, because I know that's a big deal for some of you. So I did try to be accommodating in that fashion. I was supposed to go over and work at the house at 9 o'clock this morning, but I told them I had a conference call at 10. So I am getting to get away from that. So let's start off. I'm just going to go down the list. And if you want, just tell me something interesting that's happened during the quarantine so far, like whether it's something you've done, maybe something that happened. I don't know, just anything interesting that you want to share that you've done while you've had 3 weeks off from school. So we'll start with Caden. You got anything?
Oh, I got my hair cut. That's why I don't want to turn my camera on, but like.
Okay, you don't think it's a good haircut?
Not really. I don't like it.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing. Did you actually get it from barber or stylist, or did like mom or dad cut it?
Barber.
Okay, so you got in before they shut those down.
Not like the old people barber though. Like.
Not like what?
My family barber that everyone goes to get their hair cut.
Okay. Yeah, because now all the barbershops and hair salons and all that, they're shut down now. So it's a good thing you got that done beforehand. So.
Okay.
All right. Andrew, what do you got?
My dad wanted me to clean up sticks outside, and when I went out there, I saw there was like a new car outside, and I thought they bought a new car for no reason. Just out of the blue.
Was it their car or was it somebody else's car?
It was a rental because my sister's car was in the work, but it looked like we had her car, so that's why I was confused.
Nice. Do you know what kind of car it was?
It was like a Camaro, I'm pretty sure, like a Dodge.
Okay. That's a nice rental car. Don't see those every day for rentals. All right.
Yeah.
Jamie.
We might be getting a dog.
What kind?
I don't know. My parents get a pick.
Okay. Actually, a combination of your two. My little one got a haircut and got a pretty good shave. Izzy. Before, she's usually curly and ratty, but now she's all shaved now, so.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Abby.
I have only been in the car twice for this like entire 3-week thing. And one of them was trying to go to the library, but it ended up being closed, so.
So you've been on legit lockdown. Have you been able to get outside at all, or?
Yeah.
Okay. So at least as long as you can go outside, I know I've heard from a couple of students that they can't really go outside and do anything, but the whole COVID-19 virus is not in the air. It's, from person to person through the air, but. All right. Let's see. Where are we at here? My names keep jumping around here. Let's see. Abby, Andrew, James.
I went fishing with a couple friends for like 2 days. And then one of my friends, like this little boat. So we went on that because we have a pond in my backyard. So we launched that off and did that on Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday, yeah.
Okay. What pond is it?
Um, in my neighborhood, there's like 2 ponds on the side when you first enter. Then if you keep going, there's this L-shaped pond, and we launched it. And then there's another pond on across from that.
Is that
And
like,
then that's
is
where,
it Windstone or?
yeah.
Okay.
So then we use that pond right there by my house.
Catch anything?
Yeah. He caught all 4 fish that we caught that day. He caught, I think, 3 large. I think all. I think he caught all largemouth bass.
Okay. That's the first fresh fish I've ever eaten, and they're really good.
I've never ate one.
You should try it. If there's a good enough one to catch and fillet it and eat it, it's well worth it.
All right.
All right. Aiden.
I haven't really done much.
Okay.
Anything interesting
Yeah.
happened in the last 3 weeks?
No. Not that I can think of.
Okay. Just a lot of schoolwork and video games.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Brennan.
Well, that's the pond back there that James is talking about.
Okay.
And then, we opened our pool and we emptied it out.
Okay, I can kind of see that in the background.
Yeah, because we're getting a new liner because that one's not very good. So we
Alright.
emptied out the pool, and that's it, really.
Okay. All right. My list keeps changing here. I just need to go off of who I have left here. Cam.
I haven't done anything much. I've just like played video games and did schoolwork.
Okay. Spend much time outside at all, or?
Yeah, I went outside some.
Okay. All right. Trinity.
So my mom does daycare in our house, so I've been just basically helping her with that.
Okay. Give a little more appreciation for people that do daycare.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
A lot of the parents were like freaking out if she's gonna close or not, but there's
yeah.
a lot of them nurses, so
Yeah, that's a different world and definitely a disorganized circus.
yeah.
Let's see. Liv.
I don't know. I got bored, so I've just done like schoolwork and I've like baked. My mom and I have like baked stuff in the kitchen.
Okay. Have you spent much time baking before?
Mm-mm.
So you're really kind of learning the trade?
So we have like a pasta maker, so I like to make pasta, like fresh pasta from that.
Nice. That would get me in a lot of trouble. I love pasta. All right. Peyton.
I did grout for the first time on Sunday.
You did what?
Grout, like on a tile. Like
Ooh.
grouted the whole floor.
How
It's
big of a
hard.
floor was it?
I don't know. We had like 3 people helping. We had to get done in 5 minutes. So we had to like hurry really, really fast. And I had to like empty buckets so that way we could clean the floor too.
Yeah. Grout is not fun. It's very tedious and very messy. And yeah, I do not enjoy grout at all. All right. JC.
I haven't really done that much. Just spending a lot of time with my family.
Okay. How's your dad's transitioning with being on video for a couple hours every week?
He says it's weird because he's likes doing it to actual people.
Yeah.
And my mom keeps critiquing him, and it's funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know the feeling because I know you guys probably don't think I act normal when I do my YouTube videos. When I watch them, it seems weird, but that's the difference. It's a lot easier for me to talk when I can actually see 12 or 13 people on a screen versus when I talk, I'm just sitting in my kitchen by myself. I know some people prefer to have people in here, but I tell my wife to go away because I don't want to talk into a computer when somebody's around. So it is definitely different. Finley.
We haven't really like gone out a lot, only a couple times, but we go on a lot of family walks. That's something that we do a lot.
That's good. Nice to spend time together and actually get outside and move around a little bit. All right, and Andrew.
I already won.
Did I get you already? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I guess for me, probably not surprised when I'm not doing a lot of schoolwork. I've been spending a lot of time on the house. I'll show you a couple of recent pictures that I took. So we spent a lot of time working on the staircase. That portion right there, I actually built myself, which not really trying to brag. I'm just more surprised than anything that it turned out as good as it did. And there's the upper staircase that my father-in-law and I built together. So that was kind of our big project the last couple of weeks. So just as kind of a school and education PSA, if you ever think you ever need to use math for anything, I know my father-in-law appreciates me because without the math side of it, he wouldn't really know what he's doing. So as far as finding geometry with opposite and adjacent and sine and cosine, I know you guys probably haven't done that yet, especially for those that are in accelerated math. But eventually you'll see that probably starting next year or your freshman or sophomore year when you get geometry, but it's real life stuff. So, but that's pretty much what I've been doing outside of doing stuff around the house and trying to get used to online schoolwork. So as far as the rest of this goes, let me check some out here. Okay. I guess the rest of this time, I just kind of want to take to field any questions that you guys have as far as schoolwork. Any questions on like the assignments, on attaching stuff? I know it's been kind of frustrating the last few days, just trying to get assignments in and trying to figure out how things are attached and all that, accessing FOSS-Web. I know some of you have had no problems at all. Others have had technical issues, and then some have had issues based on the fact that just aren't watching the videos. So any questions that you guys have? I guess to make this a little bit easier, I know it looks like most all of you are muted. Most everyone does have a screen up, so we can just do this just like class that, you know, if you, instead of having, if I've got 14 of you that have questions, it's not going to be easy to have 14 people unmuting and talking. So just do the regular old, hey, I got a question or I got a comment, and I'll call on you and unmute, and then we'll just go from there. Finley, go ahead. Thanks for starting us off.
How are you gonna do like the online like testing? Like how's that gonna go? Like the online test?
Good question. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the test. Well, like normal, I'm going to post a video this weekend that will go over the review. I'm going to figure out how the test is going to work. I'm going to go through all the questions, and then I will go over the review just like I normally do. I'll probably do another Zoom to get anyone fielding questions about particular things. I'm going to try to make it as easy as I can because obviously we haven't been together every day, and it's going to be way different than what it was here than it is back in class. So I do understand that, that's going to be a challenge. So then on Monday, I will release the test to you guys. It'll just look like a regular assignment on Google Classroom, and you'll have the whole week to take the test. By show of hands, was anyone able to watch my YouTube video that I posted last night?
I'm raising my hand.
Okay, because I had a couple people that said it was restricted. I reposted it. I looked through, I couldn't find anything wrong with it, but some people were saying that your Chromebooks were restricting it. I guess my answer to that is if it doesn't work, try your phone. Because I know I've had no issues accessing things from my phone. Granted, it is my account, but at least we can try and go from there. But as far as the test goes, I'm going to keep the test open until Monday night at midnight. Not this Monday, but next Monday. So one of the things that I said in my video is Friday, this upcoming Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, that is your spring break. Which obviously most of you know that spring break really doesn't mean anything right now, but since it was already in the calendar, they said we're not going to assign anything new, and I won't, but we'll have the test. But if you don't finish the test by Thursday, then you'll have to do it over spring break. So it won't be a new thing. It'll just be something that you'll have to do during your break. But obviously I can't monitor you. I can't proctor this when you take the test. So it'll be open book, open notebook. And again, it's just more so that if you can show me a validation of what you've learned. So does that answer your question, Finley?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to try and make it as easy as I can with the situation that we're in. So, Andrew, did you have a question? I saw your hand go up kind of in the middle of it, but.
Okay.
Is that a no? You are still muted. So
I was muted and talking. I didn't realize I muted myself. No,
That's all
I
right.
don't have a question.
You don't have a question? Okay. All right. Anyone else? Trinity.
Okay, so like the other day I forgot, so like I think it was workbook 45.
Yep.
And I'd finish it, I didn't realize that I didn't turn it in. So like if we ever turn in an assignment late, would there be points deducted or?
Same rule applies. Obviously I put the missing in the grade book just like I normally do, but that's just more of a communication with you guys to show that, hey, you have this missing, you haven't turned it in. The nice thing about Google Classroom is you don't have to notify me when you turn something in. So if you get 45 done, and I can't remember, I've had so many late assignments get turned in. Did you get 45 turned in?
Yeah.
Okay. So I assume that I'm going to stop my video here for a second. And I'm just going to look real quick to see if I did put yours in. Izzy, get out of there.
Okay.
I'll just double check to see if I did get it. Because if I did, I put them in right away. Yep. Yeah, so your assignment is in. And the points are there. So it's just kind of like we talked about in the past, that if you don't have an assignment done, it's going to go in as missing. It's a 0 until you get it done. You submit it, you turn it in, and you get the points. So all your points are there now.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, no problem. And I understand some of you have situations that have come up. Some of you have reached out and said, hey, I know I'm behind. I've had this going on and everything. And, I do legitimately understand some of the things that you guys go through, that it might not always be easy. I do also understand that some of you have just been lazy, not necessarily talking to this group right here, but just 7th graders in general. But either way, it's just more so putting missing assignments in there is just more of a, hey, I'm letting you know that you've got something missing. So with it being this early in the quarter, obviously if you had a missing assignment, it's currently an F. But obviously Fs aren't good. So you just change that by turning stuff in. There is no penalty for turning things in. And I know some of you had issues getting set up and started. So hopefully as we go through, a lot of the stuff will be getting in on time, because like the first week it was just coloring the ocean currents. This last week was reading an article and filling out 2 worksheets and turning them in. So I'm sure most of you probably know if you had spent a half an hour on science in the last 2 weeks, that was probably more than enough time. So anyone else? All right. I have a question for you guys, for those who have submitted assignments through Google Classroom. I assume when you click on worksheet 45, 46, or 47, there's a little paper clip in there that allows you to attach, and then you click it and then you submit it. I'm guessing that's all it is.
I just emailed my picture to myself and copied it in.
Okay. Yep. But I mean, as far as like submitting the assignment, that's the easiest way to go, right?
I just did add and create, and then I just hit add picture or something, and then it just click on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I
used the Google Classroom app.
Yeah.
And it was really easy.
What was that, Abby?
I used the Google Classroom app, and it was really easy to turn it in.
From your phone?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to kind of go over this. Obviously, I'm going to tell you guys, but I'm really telling you this so it goes through anyone else who sees this later. Oh. All right. Better late than never, right, kiddo?
I didn't get the email.
You didn't?
No. My friend had to text me. I emailed you too. I told you that I didn't get the email.
Oh, my email didn't go off. Are you sure you emailed me?
Yeah.
Because I don't have an email from you. Andrew.Johnson?
That's my last name.
Let me double check here to make sure that you are.
I haven't been getting a lot of emails from teachers.
Yeah, you didn't get an email from me.
Missing assignment, missing assignment, missing assignment.
All right. Well, I apologize. Let me double check one more thing here.
This is so weird.
You should have gotten an email from me.
No, I only got the one telling me the time. I didn't get like the other thing.
Okay. Yeah, because I sent one. I sent one at 9:50 this morning. All right, I'm sending one just to you, but I just want you to go back through and look at that. And if you look, your email is actually in there, so I'm not sure what happened. But real quick, do you want to tell the group something that you have done over the last 3 weeks, something interesting or that you'd want to share as a 3-week weekend?
My cousin came over. She's staying with us right now.
What's that?
My cousin came over and she's staying with us right now.
All right, cool. All right. Now I lost my train of thought. Weird that Cam got us off track. So we were talking about submitting the assignments. And again, what I was saying is that we have different platforms to turn. Hey, Cam, can you do me a favor? Can you mute your computer?
Maybe. I don't know how. I never used this.
Okay.
In the bottom left.
There should be like a little mic
There we
button.
go. It's nice. I can actually mute her for her. So the only reason why I asked that is because when I talked, I can hear my voice coming back through your speaker. So just makes it easier that way. So we're good now. But again, I was going to go over and explain some of the stuff for you guys. Maybe this isn't new information for you, but for someone else that can actually go back on and listen to this, hopefully should be beneficial. So primarily, if you, I know Google Cloud or your Chromebooks, taking pictures with the webcam wasn't really working. I don't know if that works for some of you, if it doesn't work for any of you. If not, okay, that sucks. So we'll try something else. Most of you, if you have a smartphone, you can just take a picture with your phone. And I know some of you have the Google Classroom app on your phone, which is great. Or if you have a tablet, you can take a picture with that and add it in right there. So the biggest thing for me is it's so much easier for me if I can get all of my students to attach the worksheets to the assignment and submit it that way. Just because it's a lot easier for me to go through and check each one, because all of you know how long it takes me to grade assignments like that. In a class of 25, 26 students, it takes me about a minute to go through each one, check to see if you did it, and then move on. Whereas now when I'm working at home, I actually have to go through each assignment just to make sure that you did it and then move on. But when I have 132 assignments to actually look at, it takes probably about 2 hours total, especially when I get things in at different times. So usually I try to go in at the end of the night before I go to bed, check everyone's, and then maybe I'll check it kind of midday and then in the evening again. But when I get students who email me and do all these different things, it just makes it a lot harder, because then I have to check my email, I have to check Google Classroom, and it just makes things a lot tougher. So if you have a smartphone and you've downloaded the Google app, please submit it that way. If you have a smartphone and you don't have Google Classroom app on your phone, please email it to your email address and then submit it from your computer. To me, that'll be the easiest way to do that, and it'll just take a lot less time for me to get it taken care of. If there are any technical issues, by all means, reach out and we'll work through it. So hopefully that's probably been my biggest struggle, other than having kids getting stuff done on time with the Google Classroom. So is there, my question, any one of you, and again, same thing, just raise your hand if you have a comment or input, other than the obvious. I know we can't be in class, so we can't do the hands-on activities, we can't do the demonstrations like we normally would. So outside of the obvious, is there anything that you think could be done better as far as the way the class has gone so far? You know, as far as maybe how Google Classroom works. Again, I try to do the challenges every day to give you something outside of science, you know, just something to look forward to. A lot of you have reached out and responded. Others I haven't really heard from, but again, it's optional. It's not graded. It's just something to hopefully have you jump on and say, oh, what's the challenge for today? So anything that you think that, you know, you don't necessarily like about how the class has gone so far, other than the obvious, or do you have any suggestions on, well, what if you tried this? Maybe I can, maybe I can't.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, like, when we take our test and we're done with our test, so when we get like the investigations to like the sheet, you like email us and then maybe we can print them off at home, or how we can do that? Like if it's a sheet.
Okay, I apologize. I don't know if anyone else caught the question. I don't know if it's just like something lagging with your internet, but you sound like a chopped up robot. So if somebody did catch the question and it's just on my end, can somebody help her by repeating that question to me? Or Liv, if you can you type the question in the chat?
Awkward silence.
I'm guessing no one's responding right away, so all they heard was the robot voice. I'm glad to see some of you are really enjoying your video.
I cannot turn my camera on. What is up with that?
Oh, okay, so when we get done with our new tests, how are we going to get new investigations? So my guess in interpreting that question, and that can just be a head nod or a head shake, I assume that you are asking the question, how are we going to build notebooks? Like, how are we going to get worksheets or, okay. Good question. I was told by administration that we cannot send out mass worksheets to everyone. So I'm not going to have all of you come up and pick up a packet and all that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to treat that like none of you have your notebooks. So the best way I can do that is I'm going to attach the PDFs like I have been on. Let's see here. I'm going to go share screen here. So can everyone see my screen now?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go here. Go to Plan Book. So I've been attaching the PowerPoint so you can look at those. And I've been attaching the worksheets. So you can access those in case you didn't have your notebook or you didn't have the particular worksheet. From here on out, I will not send you, I mean, I'll send you stuff, but I won't expect anything to be turned in that if you have to print it. So like here was a fillable PDF. So this you can just access from your computer. You don't have to worry about printing this out. If there is one that you would actually have to like color or something like that, so if it was worksheet 45, I would send that out, but I would not expect you to print that out. If that makes any sense, because I know some of you don't have access to printers at home, just with being in a digital age. I went 2 years without having a printer because I never needed one at home. So I won't expect that from you. But if it is one that's a fillable PDF, I'll send those out. And if it is something else where you have to do something where it would be printed out, I may just give an assignment to where you have a what do I want to say? Where I might just have you maybe write a brief summary, you know, like a couple sentences of what you did, and then we'll count it as an assignment that way. But again, if you want to print stuff out, you are more than welcome to, but I will not require you to print anything out going from here. So for those of you that are worrying about having to build a notebook, we're not going to build notebooks with worksheets. I'm not going to require it, but you are more than welcome to do that. You can glue those in just like we have in the past. When we get to the new investigation, I will send out what it would look like, but I'm not requiring it. All right. Okay, stop share. That's what I was looking for. Liv, does that answer your question? Perfect. All right. Anyone else about what you are concerned about, what you'd like to see?
Okay.
So is the Zoom gonna be a common occurrence, or are we just gonna do YouTube mostly?
Is the Zoom going to be what?
Is the Zoom gonna be like a common occurrence, or are we gonna be doing like YouTube more all the time?
I'll still post through YouTube, but we finally just got approval to do Zoom with you guys. I don't know why they were dragging their feet, but it is what it is. but now that we do have approval to do it, I'd like to do this a little bit more often just to kind of check in with you guys. Again, I hope you enjoy doing this just as much as I do, because one thing I was really looking forward to is actually being able to talk to some of you, just because I haven't seen you for 3 weeks. And, you know, school is a big part of my life, and not being able to go to school is, you know, to some I know it was great because, yeah, here we are on this big vacation, but I still don't get to do what I enjoy doing every day. So we will do Zoom here and there, but Zoom won't be it won't be a requirement. You won't be required to come here, because obviously if I did, I've got about 115 students that didn't show up. So there's that. So it won't be a requirement. I plan on still doing YouTube videos, so Zoom won't replace YouTube. And actually, all of the YouTube videos that I posted have been from Zoom. I just upload it to YouTube. Does that answer your question, Aiden? Sweet.
Yeah.
All right, anyone else? Yeah, Abby. With
will the
half
test
hand
be
raised.
like a Google form?
What's that? Yeah, the test will be like the survey that I posted a couple weeks ago. I'll just create an assignment, and it'll just be a series of questions. And it might be a variety of kind of like what you see on a test. Might be true, false, yes, no, multiple choice, and then some short answers. I'm probably not going to do anything long, drawn out answers, just because we really haven't had the contact time to truly answer anything in depth. Make sense?
No.
No, it doesn't, Caden?
I was just kidding.
Did you forget you are not muted?
Yeah, I did. I'm laughing this whole time. Sorry.
Yeah. Do you want to be muted, or I'm not saying that as like a discipline thing. But do you know how to mute it?
Yeah.
Okay.
See you. Bye.
All right. Does that make sense, Abby? Okay. Anyone else?
Yes.
Okay. So if you do think of any questions beyond that, by all means, shoot me an email. So the last thing that I have is every day I'm kind of struggling for more challenges. So does anyone have any suggestions as to what would be a possible good challenge? I'll get to you in just a second, Cam. But what I'm looking for is something that would work for almost everyone. So like, for example, when I gave the exercise one to do the exercise in your name, everyone can do that. Whereas if I were to say, oh, it's National Puppy Day, show me your puppies. Oh, I don't have a dog. I don't have a cat. I don't have any animals at home, so I can't participate. So the idea of what I'm trying to look for is something that would work for everyone. There might be some things where I might be able to do that and then try to do an alternative. So there. So what do you have for some ideas? Cameron, go ahead.
I kind of like forgot. Sorry.
You kind of, oh, you forgot?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you remember,
Maybe not post them at like 11 at night
what's that?
because I'm sleeping. Maybe not post them at like 11 at night because I'm sleeping.
The challenge I posted a couple nights ago was not at 11 o'clock.
No, but you have a lot that are really late.
I did have one that was really late. But does that mean you have to do the challenge that day?
No.
So you can do 2 challenges in one day. And sometimes I do have other things that go on and I don't get around to it. And I really like to try and get everything done in the morning if I can. It just, sometimes it doesn't work out that way.
Okay.
But thank you for the comment. I do appreciate it.
Anytime.
I know you're always good for it. Anyone else have any ideas?
Okay.
All right. So if you do think of something, feel free to send me an email. I'm probably going to post a survey just asking for input as for ideas of what we can do for challenges. I'll probably post some of the same questions that I asked you guys to see what you would like to see. But does anyone have any comments before we close the meeting?
No.
All right, I see a lot of head shakes. All right, so again, thank you guys for taking the time to meet with me. Did you guys enjoy it?
No.
Yep.
Caden, remember you're still unmuted. Okay, I'm not sure what happened. My whole thing just reset, so
I got kicked.
I think
Everyone did.
everyone got kicked out because mine went down, so.
Oh, cool. I'm not the only one. That matters.
Uh-oh. Hi, CPU.
Yeah, my camera still won't work. That's great.
But did everyone enjoy it?
Yeah.
All right, something you look forward to doing again sometime. Hopefully we can get, and usually I'll send out a little more advanced warning so we can get more people here. And I probably won't do it on the weekend because I know you have a lot better things to do on the weekend. You're so busy on the weekend just as you are during the week. So I might try to schedule something during the week too. So, all right, so if nobody else has anything else, then I hope you guys have a good weekend. I hope you find something fun to do. Hopefully everyone gets their homework done. If you have questions, need to reach out, just let me know. So I will talk to you guys later. Miss you guys.